Hare Krishna, are you able to hear me? Hare Hare Rama. Hare Hare Rama. Hare Krishna. Hare Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Hare 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 Rama. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam.
Okay. Did you okay.
Yeah, Prabhuji. Yeah, I'll take
Thank
it.
you.
Prabhuji, did you mention in the group where we stopped?
Yes, mention.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
You can wait couple more minutes. 5 minutes. Start.
Yes, Prabhuji. I'll wait. Since the live is on, instead of waiting quietly, I can do one kirtan for the pleasure of Lordships. नव गौरवरं नव पुष्पसरं नव भावधरं नवलास्यपरं नवहास्यकरं नवहेमवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरम् नवप्रेमयुतं नवनीतशुचं नववेशकृतं नवप्रेमरसं नवधाविलस शुभप्रेममयं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरम् हरिभक्तिपरं हरिनामधरं करजाप्यकरं हरिनामपरं नयने सततं प्रणयाश्रुधरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरम् सततं जनता भव तापहरं परमार्थपरायणलोकगतिं नवलेहकरं जगतापहरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं निजभक्तिकरं प्रिय चारुतरं नटनर्तननागरराजकुलं कुलकामिनि मानसलास्यकरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरम् करतालवलं कलकण्ठरवं मृदुवाद्यसुवीनिकया मधुरम् निजभक्तिगुणावृतनाट्यकरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरम् युगधर्मयुतं पुनर्नन्दसुतं धरणीषुचित्रं भवभावोचितं तनुध्यानचितं निजवासयुतं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरम् अरुणं नयनं चरणं वसनं वदने स्फलितं स्वकनामधरं कुरुते सुरसं जगताजीवनं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं नवगौरवरं नव पुष्पसरं नवभावधरं नवलास्यपरम् नवहास्यकरं नवहेमवरं प्रणमामि शचीसुतगौरवरं हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा 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 जय प्रभुपदा जय गुरुदेवा 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 जय गुरुदेवा निताय गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे श्रीकृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपीशा गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण
Mataji, Hare Krishna
yes
Mataji.
yes
This is
sir
Lalit Mohan Das Mataji. Yeah,
yes sir
just before starting, na, I just wanted to review where we are now. Okay,
yes sir
just for everyone. Okay, uh, we are reading CC Madhya, whereby Mahaprabhu decides, takes sannyasa and decides to go to Dham, and which is Vrindavan Dham. But he has been detoured by Nityananda Prabhu to go where Shantipur instead of Vrindavan. And there in Shantipur, where he resides, in Advaita Acharya's house. Okay, and in Advaita Acharya's house, there will be a lot of festivals which will be happening. The moment Mahaprabhu was there, and at last, Mahaprabhu's mother will come, and she will uh, have a desire that Mahaprabhu should stay in Puri. Okay, so from now on, Mahaprabhu will take a detour to Puri. On his way to Puri, where he will go?
first
He will
Remuna
go via district Balasore. Okay, whereby he will be passing through Remuna, and in Remuna, what will he be doing?
Shirchor
He will be
Gopinath
he'll be visiting the temple known as Ch4 Gopinath. And why the name of the deity has come because to Ch4 Gopinath? Because of the pastime of Madhavendra. And we are at that pastime of Madhavendra Puri, where and from somewhere he has been to where? Vrindavan. And what happened to in Vrindavan? The Gopal deity has come out. Okay, and he is a pujari there, and he is all in all, so in his own personal deity it is. And Gopal wanted to have Malai Chandan. So that is the reason why this personality Madhavendra Puri has come to the Malaya region of that time, which is Odisha. Okay, so now he is traveling towards Odisha, and he came to this temple known as Gopinath. Okay, we are
yes
there now. So everyone is in line with it.
yes sir
Whole Madhya. Yes, thank you. Go ahead, Madhu, please.
should I start Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please go ahead.
CC Madhya Leela 4.126 निज कृत्य करि पुजारी करिला शयन स्वपने ठाकुरा सी बलिना वचन। Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Finishing his daily duties, the priest went to take rest. In a dream, he saw the Gopinath deity come to talk to him, and he spoke as follows. Utthaha Utthaha pujari kara dwara vimochana Shira eka rakhiyachi sannyasi karana. O priest, Please get up and open the door of the temple. I have kept one pot of sweet rice for the sannyasi Madhavendra Puri. भडारा चंचले ढाका एक क्षीरहाया तुमरा न जानिला ताहा amara mayaya. This pot of sweet rice is just behind my cloth curtain. You did not see it because of my tricks. माधव पुरी सन्यासी आछे हाथे तेवर वशीना ताहा ताहा केताये क्षीरा शीघ्र देहलाना. A sannyasi named Madhavendra Puri is sitting in the vacant marketplace. Please take this pot of sweet rice from behind me and deliver it to him. स्वप्न देखी पुजारी उठी करीला विचारा स्नान करी कपाट खुली मुक्त कैला द्वारा. Awaking from the dream, the priest immediately rose from bed and thought it wise to take a bath before entering the deity's room. He then opened the temple door. Hare Krishna. Samhita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. दढारा आंचाला ताले पैला सेई क्षीरा स्थाना लेपी क्षीरा लाना haila bahira. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. According to the deity's directions, the priest found the pot of sweet rice behind the cloth curtain. He removed the pot and mopped up the place where it had been kept. He then went out of the temple. द्वारा दिया ग्रामे गेला से ये क्षीरा लाना हाथे हाथे भूले माधवा पूरी के चाहिना. Translation: Closing the door of the temple, he went to the village with the pot of sweet rice. He called out in every stall in search of Madhavendra Puri. Shall I read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji, please continue.
Kshirala hai ei yara nama Madhava Puri Toma lagi Gopinatha Kshira Kaila Churi. Translation: Holding the pot of sweet rice, the priest called, Will he whose name is Madhavendra Puri please come and take this pot? Gopinatha has stolen this pot of sweet rice for you. Purport: The difference between the absolute truth and relative truth is explained here. Lord Gopinath has openly declared herein that he is a thief. He had stolen the pot of sweet rice, and this was not kept a secret because his act of stealing is a source of great transcendental bliss. In the material world, theft is criminal, but in the spiritual world, the Lord's stealing is a source of transcendental bliss. Mundane rascals who cannot understand the absolute nature of the personality of Godhead sometimes call Lord Sri Krishna immoral, but they do not know that he is seemingly immoral activities, which are not kept secret, afford pleasure to the devotees. Not understanding the transcendental behavior of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, these rascals slur his character and immediately fall into the category of miscreants, rascals, lowest among men, demons, and those whose knowledge is taken away by the illusory energy. Krishna explains in the Bhagavad Gita 7.15. Namam dushkritino mudha prapadyante naradhama maya parhat maya maya
Pahrita jnana. Maya
Mayaya pahrita jnana.
Pahrita jnana. Apahrita jnana, basically. It is Mayaya apahrita jnana.
Yes, Mataji, thank you. Mayaya apahrita jnana asuram bhavam ashritaha. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, who are lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me. Bhagavad Gita 7.15.
Radhika Mataji, are you in a position to read? Hare Krishna. Lalit Mohan Prabhu, may you start it?
Yes, ma'am. Mundane rascals cannot understand that whatever Krishna does, being absolute in nature, is all good. This quality of Lord is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 33, chapter 29. One may consider certain acts of supremely powerful person to be immoral by mundane calculations, but this is not actually the case. For example, the sun absorbs water from the surface of the earth, but it does not absorb water only from the sea. It also absorbs water from filthy sewers and ditches containing urine and other impure substances. The sun is not polluted by absorbing such water. Rather, the sun makes the filthy place pure. If a devotee approaches the Supreme Personality of Godhead for an immoral or improper purpose, he nonetheless becomes purified. The Lord does not become infected. In Srimad Bhagavatam 10, 19, 20, 10, 10th canto, 29th chapter, 15th shloka, it is stated that if one approaches the Supreme Lord out of lust, anger, or fear, kamam, krodham, bhayam, he is purified. The gopis, being young girls, approached Krishna because he was a beautiful young boy. From the external point of view, they approached the Lord of lust, and the Lord danced with them at midnight. From the mundane point of view, these activities may appear immoral because a married or unmarried young girl cannot leave home to mix with a young boy and dance. Although this is immoral from the mundane viewpoint, the activities of gopis are accepted as the highest form of worship because it was Lord Krishna whom they approached with lusty desires in the dead of night. Should I go ahead, Mataji? Should I stop?
Yes, Prabhuji, you can.
Okay. But these things cannot be understood by non-devotees. One must understand Krishna in tattva, means the truth. One should use his common sense and consider that if simply by chanting Krishna's holy name one is purified, how then can the person Krishna be immoral? Unfortunately, mundane fools are accepted as educational leaders and are offered exalted posts for teaching irreligious principles to the general populace. This is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 5th chapter, 31st shloka. Andhayathandair upaniyamana. Blind men are trying to lead other blind men. Due to the immature understanding of such rascals, common men should not discuss Krishna's pastimes with the gopis. A non-devotee should not even discuss his stealing sweet rice for his devotees. It is warned that one should not even think about these things. Although Krishna is the purest of the pure, mundane people thinking of Krishna's pastimes that appear immoral themselves become polluted. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, therefore, never publicly discussed Krishna's dealings with the gopis. He used to discuss these dealings only with three confidential friends. He never discussed Raslila publicly, as a professional reciters do. Although they do not understand Krishna or the nature of the audience. However, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu encouraged the public chanting of the holy name on a huge scale, as many hours as possible. Thank you so much, Mother.
Thank you. Radhika Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Am I audible?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. Shiralana sukhe tumi karaha bhakshane toma sama bhagyavan nahi tribhuvane. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The priest continued, would the sannyasi, whose name is Madhavendra Puri, please come and take this pot of sweet rice and enjoy the prasadam with great happiness? You are the most fortunate person within these three worlds. Purport. Here is an example of a personal benediction by Krishna's immoral activity. By Gopinath stealing for his devotee, the devotee becomes the most fortunate person within the three worlds. Thus, even the Lord's criminal activities make his devotee the most fortunate person. How can a mundane rascal understand the pastimes of Krishna and judge whether he is moral or immoral? Since Krishna is the absolute truth, there are no mundane distinctions such as moral and immoral. Whatever he does is good. This is the real meaning of God is good. He is good in all circumstances because he is transcendental outside the jurisdiction of this material world. Therefore, Krishna can be understood only by those who are already living in the spiritual world. This is corroborated in the Bhagavad Gita 14.26. Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samitityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. One who is engaged in unalloyed devotional service to the Lord is already situated in the spiritual world, Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpate. In all circumstances, his activities and dealings with Krishna are transcendental and thus not understandable by mundane moralists. It is therefore better not to discuss such activities among mundane people. It is better to give them the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra so that they will be gradually purified and then come to understand the transcendental activities of Krishna. We both.
Thank you, Mataji. Raju Prabhu, sorry, Gaurav Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can you read?
Yes, Mataji. Pita Suni Puri Gosani Parikaya Dila Prishadiya Pujari Tanare Dandavat Aila. Translation: Hearing this invitation, Madhavendra Puri came out and identified himself. The priest
Prabhuji,
that
voice is a bit muffled. Can you just check?
okay. Sure, Mataji. Is it fine, Mike? Is it fine
Yes.
now?
Yes,
Okay, sure.
Prabhuji.
Yes. Translation: Hearing this invitation, Madhavendra Puri came out and identified himself. The priest then delivered the pot of sweet rice and offered his obeisance, falling flat before him. Purport: A Brahmana is not supposed to offer his obeisance by falling flat before anyone because a Brahmana is considered to be in the highest caste. However, when a Brahmana sees a devotee, he offers his dandavats. This Brahmana priest did not ask Madhavendra Puri whether he was a Brahmana, but when he saw that Madhavendra Puri was such a bona fide devotee that Krishna would even steal for him, he immediately understood the position of the saint. As stated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Kiba Vipra Kiba Nyasi Kutra Kene Naya E Krishna Tattva Veta Sei Guru Haya. Had the Brahmin priest been an ordinary Brahmana, Gopinath would not have talked with him in a dream. Since the deity spoke to both Madhavendra Puri and Brahmana priest in the dreams, practically speaking, they were on the same platform. However, because Madhavendra Puri was a senior sannyasi Vaishnava, a Brahmasa, the priest immediately fell flat before him and offered obeisances. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Raju Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I will be hearing more Mataji.
Hearing now. Okay, Prabhuji. Chandramali Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
శ్రీరేరా రతన తండ్రి కాహిల పుజారి సుని ప్రేమ విస్తైల శ్రీ మాధవపురి. Translation: When the story about the pot of sweet rice was explained to him in detail, Sri Madhavendra Puri at once became absorbed in ecstatic love of Krishna. प्रेमा दे की सेवक काहे है विस्मिता कृष्णा ये इनहारावासा आयायतो Sita. Translation: Upon seeing the ecstatic loving symptoms manifest in Madhavendra Puri, the priest was struck with wonder. He could understand why Krishna had become so much obliged to him, and he saw that Krishna's action was befitting, perfect. A devotee can bring Krishna perfectly under his control. This is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 14th chapter, 3rd sloka. Ajita Jito Yasi Tai Trilokam
Krishna is never conquered by anyone, but a devotee can conquer him through devotional service. As stated in the Brahma Samhita 5.33, Vedeshu Durlabham Durlabham Atma Bhakto. One cannot understand Krishna simply by reading Vedic literature. Although all Vedic literature is meant for understanding Krishna, one cannot understand Krishna without being a lover of Krishna. Therefore, along with the readings of Vedic literature, Swadhyaya, one must engage in devotional worship of the deity, Archana Vidhi. Together, these will enhance the devotional, transcendental understanding of devotional service. Sravanadi Sudachitte Karaye Udaya. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 22.107. Love of Godhead is dormant within everyone's heart, and if one simply follows the standard process of devotional service, it is awakened. But foolish mundane people simply read about Krishna mistakenly think that he is immortal or criminal. Hare Krishna. Shall I continue, Mataji?
Thank you, Prabhu. No. Akinchan Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Akinchan Prabhu, can you read? Vani Mataji, are you in a position to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Akinchan Prabhu.
Yes, but Miss Mataji.
Okay. Let me just check with Akinchan Prabhu once.
Yes, Mataji. I'll read.
Yeah, please continue.
Eta bali namaskari karile gamana avesha karile puri seki kshira bakshana. The priest offered his obeisances to Madhavendra Puri and returned to the temple. Then in ecstasy, Madhavendra Puri ate the sweet rice offered by him by Krishna.
Please continue.
Patra Prakashalana Prakshalana Patra Prakshalana Kari Kanda Kaila Bahirvase Bandi Se Pikari Rahila. After this, Madhavendra Puri washed the pot and broke it into pieces. He then bound all the pieces in his outer cloth and kept them nicely. Pratidina eka kanikarina bhakshana kaile prema vaisa haye adbhuta khathana. Each day, Madhavendra Puri would eat one piece of the earthen pot, and after eating it, he would immediately be overwhelmed with ecstasy. These are the wonderful stories.
You can read two more from you.
Yeah. Thakura more Shiradila Lokasabha Suni Dine Lokabhida Habe Mora Pratishtha Dhachani. Having broken the pot and bound the pieces in his cloth, Madhavendra Puri began to think, the Lord has given me a pot of sweet rice, and when the people hear of this tomorrow morning, there will be a great crowds.
So this is the difference between devotees and non-devotees. Okay. Devotees in Vaishnava Sampradaya, they don't want any fan following. So please concentrate on what is going to happen. This is very important. Actually, in all this story, our acharyas and maharajas, they stress this point very much. Please go ahead, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Vani Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
One moment, Mataji. Just. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 4.142. Se bhai ratri se Sisila Shri Puri Sei khane gopinathe dandavat kari. Translation. Thinking this, Sri Madhavendra Puri offered his obeisances to Gopinatha on the spot and left Remuna before morning.
చలి చలి ఆయిలా అట్లా చ ఉంటుంది.
Okay. Chali chali aila puri Srinila chala Jagannatha dekhi haila prema tevi hala. Walking and walking, Madhavendra Puri finally reached Jagannath Puri, which is also known as Neelachala. There he saw Lord Jagannath and was overwhelmed with loving ecstasy. प्रेमा वैसे उठे पादे हंसे नाचे गाया जगन्नाथ दर्शने महासुख पाया. When Madhavendra Puri was overwhelmed in the ecstasy of love of Godhead, he sometimes stood up and sometimes fell to the ground. Sometimes he laughed, danced, and sang. In this way, he enjoyed transcendental bliss by seeing the Jagannath deity. Madhavapuri Shripade Aila Loke Haila Khaiti Saba Loke Asi Tana Rekar Bahu Bhakti. When Madhavendra Puri came to Jagannath Puri, people were aware of his transcendental reputation. Therefore, crowds of people came and offered him all sorts of respect in devotion. Pratishtahara Swabhava E Jagate Vidhita Yena Vanche Tara Haye Vidhata Nirmita. Even though one may not like it, reputation as ordained by providence comes to him. Indeed, one's transcendental reputation is known throughout the entire world.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
We still have some time, so we'll do 2 each again, or 1 with purport or 2 with translations. प्रतिष्ठार भय पुरी गेला पालाना कृष्ण प्रेमे प्रतिष्ठा चले संग गदाना. Translation. Being afraid of his reputation, Pratishtha, Madhavendra Puri fled from Remuna. But the reputation brought by love of Godhead is so sublime that it goes along with the devotee as if following him. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Almost all the conditioned souls within the material world are envious. Jealous people generally turn against one who automatically attains some reputation. This is natural for jealous people. Consequently, when a devotee is fit to receive worldly reputation, he is envied by many people. This is quite natural. When a person out of humility does not desire fame, people generally think him quite humble and consequently give him all kinds of fame. Actually, a Vaishnava does not hanker after fame or a great reputation. Madhavendra Puri, the king of Vaishnavas, bore his reputation, but he wanted to keep himself outside of the vision of general populace. He wanted to cover his real identity as a great devotee of the Lord, but when people saw him overwhelmed in the ecstasy of love of Godhead, they naturally gave credit to him. Actually, a first-class reputation is due Madhavendra Puri because he was a most confidential devotee of the Lord. Sometimes a Sahajiya presents himself as being void of desires for reputation, Pratishtha. In order to become famous as a humble man, such people cannot actually attain the platform of celebrated Vaishnavas. Samyukta Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. यद्यपि उद्वेगाहैला पालयते mana Thakurera Chandana Sadhana Haila Bandhana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Madhavendra Puri wanted to leave Jagannath Puri because the people were honoring him as a great devotee. However, this threatened to hinder his collecting sandalwood for the Gopala deity. Jagannathera Sevakaya. Sorry, Mataji. Jagannathera Sevaka Yate Kamahana Mahanta Sabhake kahila puri gopala vrittanta. Translation: Sri Madhavendra Puri told all the servants of Lord Jagannatha and all the great devotees there the story of the appearance of Sri Gopala.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Radhika Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. गोपाल चंदन मागे शुनि भक्त गण आनंदे चंदन लागी करिल यतन. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When all the devotees at Jagannath Puri heard that the Gopal deity wanted sandalwood, in great pleasure they all endeavored to collect it.
Yes, Mataji. Please read.
राजा पात्र सने यार यार परिचया तारे मागी कर्पूर चंदन करीला संचया. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Those who were acquainted with government officers met with them and begged for camphor and sandalwood which they collected. Purport. It appears that Mala Yaja Chandan, sandalwood and camphor were used for the Jagannath deity. The camphor was used in his aratrika and the sandalwood was used to smear his body. Both these items were under government control. Therefore, the devotees had to meet with the government officials. Informing them of all the details, they attained permission to take the sandalwood and camphor outside Jagannath Puri. Haribol. Should I read one more, Mataji?
No, Mataji. Thank you.
Okay.
Vani Mataji, can you do? Hare Krishna.
Yes, yes, Mataji. Chestan Mataji. एक विप्र एक सेवक चंदन वहिते पुरी गोसानीर संगे दिल संभल सहिते. Translation: One Brahmana and one servant were given to Madhavendra Puri just to carry the sandalwood. He was also given the necessary traveling expenses. Mataji? घंटी दानी चादैते राजा पत्र द्वारे राजा लेखाकारी दिलापुरी गोसीनार करे. To get past the toll collectors along the way, Madhavendra Puri was supplied with the necessary release papers from government officers. The papers were placed in his hand.
Thank you, Mataji. Next.
Rende Mataji?
Rende Mataji.
Okay.
Lalit Mohan Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Chalila Madhava Puri Chandana Lana Kata Dine Remuna Te Uttari Lagiya. Translation: In this way, Madhavendra Puri started for Vrindavan with a burden of sandalwood, and after some days, he again reached the village of Remuna and the Gopinath temple there. Gopinatha Charana Kaila Bahu Namaskara Prema Veshe Nritya Gita Karila Apara. Translation: When Madhavendra Puri reached the temple of Gopinath, he offered his respectful obeisances many times at the lotus feet of the Lord. In the ecstasy of love, he began to dance and sing without cessation. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Gaurav Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Puri dekhi sevak sabha samana karila. Shira prasada diya tandre. Bhishka Karaila. Translation: When the priest of Gopinath saw Madhavendra Puri again, he offered all respect to him and giving him the sweet rice prasadam, made him eat. sei ratre devalya karaila shayana sesa ratri haila puri dekhila swapna. Translation: Madhavendra Puri took rest that night in the temple, but toward the end of the night, he had another dream.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Chandramauli Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Gopala Gopala siya kahe suna he Madhava Karpura Chandanami Pailama Sabha. Translation: Madhavendra Puri dreamed that Gopala came before him and said, "Oh Madhavendra Puri, I have already received all the sandalwood and camphor."
Yes, Prabhuji, this also.
Yeah. Karpura Sahitam Angasi Esa Bachandana Gopinatera Ange Nitya Karaha Lepana. Translation: Now just grind all the sandalwood together with the camphor and then smear the pulp on the body of Gopinatha daily until it is finished. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Akinjan Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. गोपीनाथामरा से एकै अंगा है इन्हा कै कचंदना दिले हबे मोरे तापाक्षाया. There is no difference between my body and Gopinath's body. They are one and the same. Therefore, if you smear the sandalwood pulp on the body of Gopinatha, you will naturally also smear it to my body. Thus, the temperature of my body will be reduced. Purport: Gopala was situated in Vrindavana, which was far from Ramana. In those days, one had to pass through the provinces governed by the Muslims, who sometimes hindered travelers. Considering the troubles of his devotees, Lord Gopala, the greatest well-wisher of his devotees, ordered Madhavendra Puri to smear the sandalwood pulp on the body of Gopinatha, which is non-different from the body of Gopala. In this way, the Lord relieved Madhavendra Puri from the trouble and inconvenience.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here. Thank you, everybody, for reading. I'll share the shloka recitation.
So where did the pastime come through now?
Madhavendra
Initially-
Puri is actually going towards
towards Vrindavan. But he was stopped at Remuna by Gopinath again and told that let all that sandalwood pulp and camphor be applied to Gopinath itself. That itself is enough. Because on towards the journey towards this Vrindavan, there might be a lot of obstacles for Madhavendra Puri in the form of the Muslims, collectors, tax collectors, and all. That's the reason he told, apply all the camphor and sandalwood paste onto the Gopinath deity instead of Gopal deity in Vrindavan. That will serve the purpose. So he has done it. He'll be doing it. Okay, we are at this part. And who is explaining this pastime? Anyone? So this is a pastime being explained by someone to someone here now. Okay, in the present. Who is that? Mahaprabhu to his associates.
Mahaprabhu to his associates.
His associates. Where they are coming from? They are coming from
Shantipura Prabhu.
Yeah, Shantipura towards, they're proceeding towards Puri. Okay.
Puri.
On the way, they reached Balasur, means the Remuna. And in that Remuna, they are discussing
Like
this
recently,
pastime.
the train accident happened in that one, right? Balasur, right? The train accident. Remuna.
Have you seen the temple, Prabhuji? Mukund Chaitanya Prabhu's temple, just beside it?
No.
Have anyone of you seen? I'll just share with you, because I was Mukund Chaitanya Prabhu was my counselor for 6 months when I was in Govardhan base. So he was the one who is taking the project up. So he called us for all the help which we can do, because he was seeing 1,000 bodies being digged I'll just share you. You will come to. Yeah. Please see the pic there. In that pic you will come to know. There is a circle on the right side, right? Have you seen that? I shared it in the WhatsApp group of ours. So that is the ISKCON Remuna, which is coming up. Okay, and here is the train accident which happened.
I saw one notification, Prabhuji, because the Brajamohan Das Prabhuji, he shared.
Yeah, Brajmohan Prabhu. Yeah, Brajmohan Prabhu, Mukund Chaitanya Prabhu, they're all one. They're on the same batch.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen this photo, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes,
How
Prabhuji.
near is it to this?
Yeah,
just beside only.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So the first people who got to that incident was actually ISKCON. Mukund Chaitanya Prabhu and team. They reached there and they have given information to everyone to what really happened there and all. Yeah, the Remuna which we are discussing is the place where the mishap happened before 3 days.
Yes, Prabhuji, can you see the screen? Register?
Yeah, yes, Mataji, I can see.
So here, what
And I
you
can
can
also
do,
see how many days are there exam this Saturday?
Actually, it got postponed to next Saturday. If you want to do so Saturday kaadu, next Saturday kaadu, 24th, 25th wala weekend is actually the exam. So like Akinchan Prabhu desired, if you want to do Shikshashtakam, you can do like that for a week and then start this. Up to you, Prabhuji, whatever is okay with you.
No, we will do this now. We will do this
Okay.
and then we will do
So
Shikshashtakam.
here what you can do, Prabhuji, is you can give us the context why is this particular verse important, because only 5 they have given from 10th to 19th chapter. They have given 5 verses, means they must be the most important verses. So what is the context why it is important, and tell us something about the verse and also the shloka recitation.
See, actually here why this verse is important is because the moment we take Krishna in the material world, name of Krishna in this world, what will you get into? What will be he has so many wives and he has done Ras Leela with gopis, right? Just to give you what Krishna is actually, this verse is important. Means Krishna's activities are not mundane. Yeah, he is the most liberated personality. Okay, please don't be in a confusion that he's attracted to the gopis and he's attracted to those 16,108 wives and that is why he married them and he had Ras Leela with them. It's not like that. Instead, he is the most controlled person. Okay, he is the supreme transcendental person. So just to give us that bit of tablet to be cured of this disease of Krishna is a kind of mischief personality. It's not like that. To just give the tablet to us, this shloka is kept in the first time. The first shloka itself is like Krishna is a supremely he can control his senses supremely. So to give us that thing, this shloka is kept here, Mataji. And you are entering where? Into Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. So please understand the importance of Krishna and his celibacy. Only then you can understand the pastimes of Bhagavatam.
Yes, coach.
Okay. So see, whenever you go to these studies now, don't be very much attracted to the tunes of the shloka, but be very open to understand the meaning of it.
Yes, Prabhuji.
See, actually, when you say the shloka, recite the shloka in front of them, they are not concerned whether you are speaking it properly or not, but they are concerned whether you got the proper translation of it or not.
No, there is no recitation exam, Prabhuji. It is written exam. We have to write the words and the meaning. So we have to know the meaning very properly.
Yeah. That is actually main theme. Na?
Yeah.
Whenever we speak shlokas, na, many times if you see the devotees who recite a lot of shlokas, they will mix up some words, you know. Many of the devotees who recite more shlokas in their classes, they will mix up sometimes. But the meaning will be correct. Okay? So we are not here to just understand the sloka and to recite it 100% as it is, like what we have studied in our 10th or, till our education, in our secondary and primary education. It's not like that. It's that we understand the meaning and we recite when we are alone. Okay? So today we will completely concentrate on the meanings of every word. Okay?
Yes, sir. So we'll start reading the.
In what tune do you want this to be recited? There are 2 or 3 tunes which can be seated into this. So what is the tune which you are comfortable with?
Anything is fine, Prabhuji, because it's not a recitation like I told you. It is a writing, so I am okay with whatever tune you are okay.
Okay. Uddhama bhava pishuna malavalguhasa Vridavaloka nihato madano piyasa Sammuhya chapamajahat pramadottamasta Yasyendriyam vimatitum kuhakairna sheku. So this is one tune, okay, which we can recite this.
Yes,
now we will get into the tune of it. So we will get into the meaning of it. Sorry. Uddhama. Uddhama means very grave. Okay. Now I want 3 devotees to recite word by word. Okay. Please read word by word. 3 devotees, one by one.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, anyone can go ahead. One by one. Okay.
Yeah, read Mataji.
Someone start. Yeah.
Uddhama, very grave. Bhava, expression. Pishuna, exciting. Amala, spotless. Valguhasa, beautiful smiling. Vrida, corner of the eye. Avaloka, looking. Nihata, conquered. Madana, Cupid, or Amadana, the greatly tolerant Shiva. Api, also. Yasam, whose. Samuhya, being overpowered by. Chapam, bows. Ajahat, gave up. Pramada, woman who maddens. Uttama, of high grade. Ta, all. Yasya, whose. Indriyam, senses. Vimati, Vimatitum, to perturb. Kuhakai, by magical feats. Na, never. Sheku, was able. Thank you, Prabhu.
1 second.
To perturb means to disturb. Okay.
Yes, sir. You can read from here. Raju Prabhu, please continue.
So Raj Prabhu can go ahead.
What to one, Prabhuji?
Yes,
Yeah, translation, synonyms. Prabhu.
Okay. Uddhama, very grave. Bhava, expression. Pisuna, exciting. Amala. అది దీర్ఘమా ప్రభుజీ పిసునానా అది ఏది ప్రభుజీ పిషునా
షా ప్రభు సా పైన అది వస్తే షా అయిపోతుంది.
ఓకే పిషునా ఎగ్జైటింగ్. అమల స్పార్క్లెస్. వాల్గుహాస బ్యూటిఫుల్ స్మైలింగ్. వృధా కార్నర్ ఆఫ్ ద ఐ. అవలోక లుకింగ్. నిహాత కాంక్వర్. మదన క్యూపిడ్ ఏ మదన ఏ గ్రేట్లీ టాలరెంట్ శివ. అపి ఆల్సో. Yasam, whose. Samuhya, being overpowered by. Chapam, bows. Ajahat, gave up. Pramada, woman who maddens. Yeah. Uttama, of high grade. ta al yasya, whose indriyam, senses, vimati to pattu kuha kai by magical feats, never Sheku was able. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you. One more devotee. Any one of you can read synonyms again, please.
Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu. Go ahead.
Uddama, very grave. Bhava, expression. Vishuna, exciting. Amala, spotless. Valga Hasa, beautiful smiling. Vrida, corner of the eye. Avaloka, looking. Anihata, conquered. Madana, Cupid, or Amadana, the greatly tolerant Shiva. Api, also. Yasam, whose Samohya, being empowered by Chapam, boss. Ajahat, gave up. Pramada, woman who maddens. Uttama, of high grade. Ta, all. Yasya, whose. Indriyam, senses. Yamatitum, to perturb. Kohakai, by magical feats. Never. Sheku was able. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So now three other devotees can read the translation. Okay, please.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Please go ahead.
Although the queen's beautiful smiles and furtive glances were all spotless and exciting, and although they could conquer Cupid himself by making him give up his bow in frustration, and although even the tolerant Shiva could fall victim to them, still, despite all their magical feats and attractions, they could not agitate the senses of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Some other devotee who haven't read can please read the translation.
Prabhuji,
Go ahead, Madhya, please.
although the queen's beautiful smiles and furtive glances were all spotless and exciting, and although they could conquer Cupid himself by making him give up his bow in frustration, and although even the tolerant Shiva could fall victim to them, still, despite all their magical feats and attractions, they could not agitate the senses of the Lord.
Thank you, Mataji. Any one more devotee?
Although the queen's beautiful smiles and furtive glances were all spotless and exciting, and although they could conquer Cupid himself by making him give up his bow in frustration, and although even the tolerant Shiva could fall victim to them, still, despite all their magical feats and attractions, they could not agitate the senses of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So now you got the just a glance of it. Now, what does it mean? Lord will not be disturbed by those people whom even Lord Shiva or Cupid might get attracted to. Okay? He is such renunciant. This is what where Bhagavatam starts with. So don't be disturbed or don't have a conclusion in your mind. If you have any, please remove. That's what the starting of Bhagavatam says. Lord is highly renunciant. Then they will start about the glories of the Lord from the second canto on. Okay. So this verse is important because Lord is highly transcendentally, he is completely controlled. So it means completely, what he said, beyond the mundane aspects. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So anyone has any doubts regarding this? Now, one small thing which you should do after we finishing the class is there are 2 or 3 words in every line which you should remember. Then this will be very easy. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
This Valguhasa gets repeated many times in Bhagavatam. Okay. Valguhasa means beautiful smiles. And first word is also important. Uddama bhava means very grave expression. You know, these people of what you say, Vrindavan and the queens of Dwaraka, what they are good at, giving a very grave expression and sidelong glances. Okay, that is where they are good at. So, Uddama bhava, Pishunamala Valguhasa. Pishunamala means spotless, and you will get very excited by seeing that. Uddama bhava means what?
Grave expression.
Very grave expression. Okay, what will the what do you say? This gopis and the queens of Dwarka can do? They can give you a very grave expression, which is very exciting. And Smita Valgu means sidelong glances. Okay, that's what they can do. Vridhavaloka nihato Madano Pyasam. Madano means here two people. One is Shiva, the other one is Cupid. Okay. So this Vridhavaloka nihata means the sidelong glancing only. Okay, of these people. People of whom? Vrindavan and queens of Dwaraka. Okay. Who can be conquered by them? By these things? Madano Api. Okay. Madana and Shiva, they themselves will be conquered. And now the third line, it always describes about what will they do? They will leave their bows and they will leave their meditation. Who? Shiva will leave his meditation, Cupid will leave his bow. That is what can be happened by these two grave expressions and sidelong glances of whom? Gopis and
Queens and gopis.
Queens of Dwaraka. Okay. But these things cannot disturb the Lord even a bit. This is the last line. Okay. Now, either any of the two words from each line should be remembered by you, then whole shloka will be very easy. Okay. Now you got the whole meaning of all the four lines. Na? First line is describing about the grave expressions which are very exciting, and Smita Valgu. Smita Valgu is very, what do you say? Valguhasa. Smiling, cute smile. Okay. And Vridhavalokana means sidelong glances. There is difference between smiling and sidelong glance. You all might know this, okay? Seeing with the half eye towards the right and left, because Krishna is very special at this. Krishna gives the perfect sidelong glance, okay? And here, gopis also got trained in that, and they also started giving them. And by these sidelong glances, who are being disturbed, leaving their bows and all these things, their meditation, Shiva and Madanopi Asam Samuhya Chapam Ajahar. Yeah, Cupid and Shiva. They will leave all their weapons there and they will get attracted to these things. Such is the potency of those things. But what could they not do? They cannot disturb the Lord even an inch. Okay. So this is the greatness of Krishna. Okay. Now, shall we? Do you have time?
You can do once, and we'll repeat thrice together, and then we can conclude the call. Okay.
Then we will do the whole shloka thrice. Okay.
Yeah.
The whole shloka I will do. Just try. Okay. We will do tomorrow, very line by line. Okay. Again. Uddama bhava pishuna malaval duhasa Vridhavaloka nihato madano piyasam Samuhya chapamajahat pramadottamasta Yasyendriyam vimathitum puhakaina sheko.
Uddama bhava pishana
Valguhasa Madanopiasam Samuhya Chapamajahar Pramadotata Yasindriyam Vimatiham
Uddhama bhava pishuna malaval duhasa व्रीढावलोकनिहतो मदनोऽपि यासा सम्मोह्य चापमजहात् प्रमदोत्तमास्ता यस्येन्द्रियं विमथितुं कुहकैर्न शेतु
गुहासा व्रीडावलोकनिहतो मदनोऽपि यासा सम्मोह्य यस्येन्द्रियं विमथितुं कुहके नशेतु
उद्धाम भावपिशुना मलवल्गुहासा व्रीढावलोकनिहतो मदनोऽपि यासाम् सम्मूह्य चापमजहात् प्रमदोत्तमांस्ता यस्येन्द्रियं विमथितुं कुहकैर्न शेतु
उत्तामभावविक्षुणमलवल्गुहासा व्रीडावलोकनिहतो मदनोऽपि यासा सम्मोह्य चापमजहात् प्रमदोत्तमास्ता यस्येन्द्रियं विमथितुं कुहके नशेतु
Okay, you all got the just essence of it now. Tomorrow we will practice line by line, okay, and we will also practice word by word wherever it is difficult. Okay, I have done it very rarely. Once or twice only I have read this shloka earlier, so this was a bit new for me also, but I have read it once. That Krishna's, this is a starting shloka, and Krishna's what he say, how Krishna is self-controlled, that is being taught in this shloka. Okay,
Yes, please.
we will do it tomorrow line by line. You have time, no? You have time of this whole
Yeah, we have time.
week, right?
We can
So
do
we'll
very
go slowly
nicely and properly.
steadily. Yeah, we'll go slowly and steadily. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so
Mataji.
much,
You can
Prabhuji.
conclude the call. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद बुक रीडिंग की जय, श्रीमद् भगवत गीता की जय, श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। हरे कृष्णा। थैंक यू एवरीबॉडी फॉर जॉइनिंग। थैंक यू। हरे कृष्णा।
Thank you.